Shares Purnell, 27. Yeah, I was living in well, I wouldn't say living. I was overnight in abandoned buildings.
Ray Fitzgerald, Director of the Division of Social Services within the Department of Health and Social Services. A lot of the folks we're dealing with are homeless, and housing seems to be the number one, issue that we're assisting folks with.
One day, I came to the library on a Wednesday, looked in here, and she was helping somebody, and I said, oh, they help people. So I waited until the man was done, and I came in here.
The way this project started was we were having a meeting with the Department of State and the library folks to discuss an idea we had about putting our employment and training program in the libraries throughout the state to create more opportunity for our clients to participate in our employment and training offerings. Well, through that discussion, we learned that the libraries needed more, they would like us to provide more support services at the libraries.
I'm Dr. Annie Norman, I'm the state librarian. The idea for the social worker program came because we keep an eye on what's happening nationally, and typically things start in the large urban libraries, and we noticed that there were stories about them hiring social workers and nurses to assist people in need.
So we started discussing that, and we ended up with the current process we have now, where we're in 7 libraries with a goal of being in every library eventually, but at least through the end of this year to be in at least half of the libraries.
We'll be glad to expand it to other libraries, more hours. That's really what's needed to reach everyone.
I'm Chloe Mayo. I'm a social worker with a community partner support unit in Claymont, Delaware. Sharis is 27. My son is 27. If my son ever had a problem, I would want somebody to treat my son the way I treat Sharis.
We were sitting here calling the different shelters and the Alliance, we called the Alliance, and like as soon as I left, like 5 minutes when I was walking down the street, they called me back with a bed at the Salvation Army.
What's most exciting about this collaboration we have with the libraries is our ability to reach people who either didn't know anything about our programs previously or who didn't have the ability to make it to our local offices. We have offices in every county, but the libraries are more ingrained in people's communities, and they know the libraries, they are comfortable going there, and the fact that we're partnering with them and gives us a little more credibility in the communities to show that we're not just sitting back waiting for them folks to come to us for services, that we're out trying to make it easier for them to apply for services.
Social worker Dorian Baker helps clients in 3 downstate libraries, including the Dover Public Library.
Most of it would be for food benefits as well as Medicaid, and then housing. It's really making sense for the community.
Traditionally, we say, how many books do we check out? It's a traditional library measure, but now it's like, what are the outcomes that we're supporting? Are people getting jobs? Are they starting businesses? Are they improving their lives?
Sometimes people have different circumstances that don't just apply to a benefit, but it applies to, helping them to become whole.
Well, she's been more than helpful, like a second mom.
At a March 1st event in which he signed a proclamation recognizing March as National Social Work Month, Governor Carney got to hear Sharis Purnell's story. He lauded the efforts of the Community Partner Support Unit and social workers across the state.
Wow, what a bit of testimony there. Thank you for the opportunity to be here with all of you today, to be lifted up. And reminded me of my responsibility as your governor. And part of that responsibility is to lift everybody in their state up. from the smallest child to the oldest senior citizen and everyone in between. And that's why it's so important for us to lift up and to celebrate the social workers across our state whose job it is to do that every single day.
I'm proud to be associated with social work and people that are doing this kind of work.